Welcome everybody back to Boost Motion, guys. And today we gotta give a crazy update to you guys. Nissan is facing crazy financial issues. And yes, we've been talking about this for the last 5, 10 years on this channel. Oh, this channel's only been around for like 6, 7 years. But also, somebody's actually coming in to save Nissan. So guys, let's go. Let's jump into the video. First thing, much love. I appreciate my Boost in Motion family for the support over the years. And if you're new to the Boost in Motion channel, I'm Boost, man. I'm a Nissan Infiniti enthusiast. This channel, I've had other cars. I modify the cars I've had. I have some foreign vehicles. Definitely tap in with my Boost in Foreigns channel. I'm previous owner of a C63, E63, and I also own a 7 Series right now. And I'm actually looking into possibly buying an M3 competition and maybe an M5 GT63. We don't know, but definitely tap in with that channel. It's definitely growing, so definitely support it. All right, thank you guys. So anyways, Nissan is on the brink of iconic automaker faces uncertain future and mounting challenges. So I'm just gonna go fast through this article, but I'm gonna show you who's actually gonna come in and save Nissan, and we wouldn't have thought who it actually would be. All right, so Nissan on the brink. Okay, cool. Nissan's one of the Japanese most iconic automakers. It faces financial and operational crisis that threatens its survival. With just 12 to 14 months to turn its fortunes around, according to senior insiders, the company must tackle falling sales, skyrocketing debt, and increasingly competitive global market. For nearly 24,000 employed by Nissan across U.S. and United Kingdom, this looming crisis could be devastating consequences. Now, I want to put this out here, guys. As an enthusiast of Nissan, I'm gonna just say it clear before I even go through this. Nissan makes cars that are okay. At a point 20 decades ago, when they had Carlos Ghosn, you guys are gonna pronounce it right. It's okay. He had Nissan Infiniti doing their thing. Like, people wanted to own a Nissan. People wanted to own Infinitis. Those cars were dope, and they were still on the brink of new technology. A lot of the world's first started with Nissan and Infiniti. But at some point, with the whole allegation, with the whole Gaussian thing or whatever, then their own financial troubles, they also making very bad decisions from, honestly, crappy CVT transmission, even though other motor manufacturers make CVT transmissions. Their lack of keeping up with the times, their cars are just okay. So at some point, their cars, you go look at it and said, oh, I can go get a Nissan Altima. It's nice, but I could get this Accord for a little bit cheaper with more standard tech. And honestly, it's a little nicer car, and people chose to go that route. Now, I'm really mad at them. So global vehicle sales dropped 3.8% in the first half of the fiscal year of this year, 2024, with a sharp 14.3% in China. That means that's both markets. Then Nissan launched an ambitious cost reduction strategy aiming to cut $2.6 billion this fiscal year in 2024. This included eliminating 9,000 jobs, reducing global manufacturing by 20%, and restructuring its product line, right? Global, we currently have 25 vehicle production lines. Our current plan is to reduce the operational capacity of these 25 by 25%. So that means they're going to get rid of 5 of those lines, right? And shift patterns, and therefore increase efficiency. The cuts were critical to company survival. Oh, let me just go a little. They said Nissan's ability to compete with industry leaders like Toyota and emerging Chinese EV vehicles manufacturers. Now, I want to put some other information here because we live in the U.S. Our current president, which is pretty much not really our president, he put a 100% tariff on Chinese vehicles, electric vehicles, because these Chinese electric vehicles have the same luxury or more luxury than the cars that are being sold. And also because the electric vehicles, they have because China has so much access to a lot of natural resources such as cobalt, it makes them building and manufacturing these cars to be relatively cheap. So let's say Tesla might be $40,000 or $40,000 for to purchase. Their version of the Tesla with more standard features, with more everything in it, is like 20 grand. So Biden needed to put in place a tariff. Yeah, our new president will be big on that, right? 100% tariff on Chinese electric vehicles only. So now that $20,000 electric car, that would have been way better than, I hate to say, a Tesla. And I like Teslas, and up to the same standards of crash testing and everything. A lot of people would have went and bought the better, more affordable product with more bang for their buck. But there's the 100% tariff now. It's $40,000. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna start seeing these cars really coming up soon. But we have to wait to see what the new administration entails. All right, so let me move forward. The company is projected to reach its highest ever debt levels by 2026, with the estimate suggested it will climb to $5.6 billion. Oof. Which discuss okay. Fast forward. Challenges in the UK. So, UK employs 7,000 workers, including 6,000 at their plant in Sutherland plant. Faces unique challenges. Automaker has warned that the UK's zero emissions vehicles mandate could undermine its manufacturing business. Under the ZEV mandate, auto manufacturers must ensure that 22% of their car sales and 10% of van sales are electric vehicles in 2024. So UK is pretty much saying, hey, you guys need to have a certain percentage of vehicles that are hybrid and or electric. And Nissan is like, oh my God, we have to rush and do this, make these changes with the growing times and the growing markets. So it's kind of hard to do that knowing that there may actually not be a demand for it. That's the next thing about big politics, no matter if you're in UK or US or across the world. They think that, hey, let's go to electrified future. So let's just sign mandates. Let's make people do it. Make these companies do it. Well, here's the thing about the other side of business. What if the people don't need it or want to buy it? That's like telling people in New York City, guys need to go out there and buy electric cars. Where's the infrastructure? Electric cars are for people who are living rural, suburban areas or cities that have a large amount of infrastructure for electric vehicles. If you can't retrofit New York City to just now have fast chargers all running every street, you know what I'm saying, on just one side. Like, you can't do that. You have to change up everything, the whole infrastructure. Sorry, this stuff pisses me off because people who are politicians, they think because they're politicians, they smart. Like, you didn't get there because of your degree. Like, you just got there because some people stood behind you and put money behind you for you to get in your position of power. But doesn't mean that you understand anything about financials. You just signed a piece of paper and a bunch of people who don't know anything jump behind you. I'm just saying. Sorry, guys. I'm a car person here, so I'm keeping it about cars here. So, anyways, and the struggling to compete in EV market. I don't really want to speak too much about the EV market. I already said future prospects. Nissan's survival will likely depend on its ability to adapt to the rapidly changing market dynamics. To this end, the company is exploring ways to expand its EV offerings and modernize its production line facilities. However, these efforts will require significant investment, which could be difficult for Nissan's current financial constraints. All right. Now, there will be a savior here, but before I go into the next part of the video, because I'm not going to split this in two, we're going to talk about the unsung hero that's going to help Nissan come back into business. Hold on, just give me a second. So, the best way for Nissan to do better in the United States market is their cars, they make okay cars, and now they're finally catching up with standard features, but it's nothing that makes people like, hey, listen, I really want to get this car. I'm really interested in this car, right? This is something that I really want to get, because you can go get some of these Hondas, which are really nice, have really good warranties, and they have nice space. Like, they're nice places to be. These cars have caught up with so much modern technology that now when you go out and get a car, they all have very similar technology. So now it depends on, is your car really appealing? How much am I paying per month for the vehicle? And honestly, what kind of trim can I really get it in? And is it available, right? And to be honest with you, Honda Accords making some really good. Those are some really nice looking cars now. Especially, they've been doing really good, the design. The Camrys have only continued to get better, and Camrys were also was really good looking cars back in the day. And those cars have their true and tried ability that when you drive them, you enjoy driving them. When I still get into a newer Nissan, I'm like, it's something about the driving feel and the driving dynamics. I mean, yes, some of they eliminate the Maxima, they're gonna eliminate the Ultima, and they're getting rid of a lot of vehicles, guys, in America, and they're mainly just gonna have crossovers. But at the end of the day, everybody doesn't want a crossover. There's some people who just need a four-door compact sedan or a small sedan that's going to be fuel efficient. Give me something that's reliable. I get close to 30 miles per gallon on the highway, and I want to fit 4 adults in it, and I want to have a sound system that doesn't sound like other crap. That's really it. If you give people that, make a lot more things standard and give them a good price point, give aggressive, nice lease deals. I'm sorry, you might have to lower the credit score system, your tier scoring system, where it's like, oh yeah, you can only get this. You might have to bring it down a little bit, because people want to buy your cars, but they can't afford it. you know, it is what it is. And that was one of the things that helped them a lot in the earlier 2010s, the late 2000s, where people didn't have the best credit. So there was like a lot more subprime thing going on where people could just come in there with not so good credit and cars would really just sell, sell, sell. That's where big Ultimate Energy came from because people can afford it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ranting, guys, at this point. How long is this video, man? You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to split this one up because I don't want to make it too long. So definitely tap in with my video tomorrow. It's gonna or you could check the link above. We're gonna look for the unsung hero that came to help Nissan out because they are gonna get help from the someone you least expected. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you.